Hey everybody, what's going on? Another Halloween recommendation for you. And this one is another kind of lesser known film. I mean, not really lesser known, but I mean, I did get pretty sure got a theatrical release, but it's from 2007, so about 10 years ago. And it is called Trick or Treat. And so I'm sure some of you have heard of it. And it stars basically, I guess, the three main stars in the film, at least that are the most well known, would be Dylan Baker, who has been a character actor for a long time. Anna Paquin, who I'm sure you'll know from the Marvel X-Men movies, as well as True Blood, Sookie Stackhouse, and Brian Cox, who's another kind of character actor that's been around quite a long time and has done quite a few good roles. He was the original Hannibal Lecter from Manhunter before the Anthony Hopkins character in Silence of the Lambs made the character, such a pop culture hit. So yeah, it's basically, so you've got, I think the town it's Warren Valley, Ohio. I'm not sure if that's a real town or not. But basically, they take Halloween like really seriously, and that's kind of one of the themes of the film. That all of the kind of the cultural trappings and things that are done on Halloween are done for an actual purpose, and there are consequences if you don't follow, along, and you're kind of a humbug when it comes to celebrating Halloween. So keeping your jack-o'-lanterns lit. Handing out candy and wearing costumes and so on and so forth. So if you don't take the traditions seriously, you may end up with in dire straits and have a grisly fate, to say the least. And there is kind of like a little kind of mascot kind of character for the movie. I think its name is Sam, and it's kind of a supernatural character that is shows up in the guise of a little kind of almost toddler type trick or treater with a really orange pumpkin looking costume and like a scarecrow type mask that shows up from time to time throughout the movie. So basically, you have 5 stories that are all happening on the same night, kind of interwoven. They'll most of them will cross paths at some point or another. So you'll see throughout watching the film, how it kind of plays out chronologically. But yeah, so it's kind of it's a mix of kind of traditional horror with some pretty gruesome gore to those, though some of it's inferred and isn't shown directly on screen, while some of it is shown in all its glory. And there's some comedic elements as well, like you would find in most kind of Halloween kind of slasher flicks. So this isn't really, I guess, wouldn't really call it a slasher flick because there's kind of multiple different types of stories going on. And so you've got, kids are, like pulling pranks, and you've got a kind of a principal from the school who's, not what he, appears to be. And Anna Paquin's character and her sister and their friends are kind of out or come to the town to party it up with some guys and, meet up in the woods and, doing that sort of thing. And, then, the character played by Brian Cox, like he's kind of like I guess you could say the Ebenezer Scrooge of the story, and as far as that he doesn't, hold any of the Halloween traditions as being, worth a damn, and he's kind of a prick to everybody. He's he's kind of one of those characters where has to be taught a lesson to mend his wicked ways, so to speak. And I'm not. I mean, it looks like star rating on IMDb is close to 7 out of 10. So for a horror film, especially since we get so many of them pumped out of these generic kind of reiterations of the same kind of films. The whether it's the demonic possession kind of Exorcist ripoffs or slasher ripoffs, and whatnot. It's kind of a unique specimen. I think it was done really well, and kind of stands out given of how it how it was put together and the uniqueness of the stories. I mean, it's not like mind-blowing cinema or anything, but it's very satisfying. And again, it's another pretty short film, listed as a hour and 22 minutes. So like I said, you're not slogging through 2.5 hours of a film. That would be way too long. But yeah, give that one a shot. That may very well be a Netflix one. I'm sure you can get it used online for a few bucks if you go to, like, I don't know. I haven't been to half.com in a long time, but usually those ones you can get usually for a couple bucks and like $3 shipping. They might have it at Walmart or Target or something, in one of their, or even Best Buy if they've got some kind of, I don't know if Best Buy does much in the DVDs anymore. They used to always have like a real big selection of DVDs with some, lesser kind of known movies that were kind of clearanced or whatnot. So I'm sure you can find a copy of it somewhere. Check it out if you haven't seen it already. I usually watch it every year, just as kind of a part of the lineup, in the same way that I watch the Garfield Halloween and It's a Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown, and so in some of those, just kind of I'm a bit of a softie when it comes to the holidays, especially Halloween. It's always been a favorite of mine, so I always thought it was it's always been a pretty cool holiday. So definitely a good film to watch with your friends or by yourself in the dark, so on. And so yeah, check it out. See what you like, and if you like it or not. And if you watch it and you enjoyed it, leave a comment in the comment section below the video. Thought it sucked? Do the same. I'm just curious what people think of of the films that I'm recommending. So yeah. Check it out. Trick or Treat was premiered in, looks like 9th of December 2007. Rated R, hour and 22 minutes. Yep, and I'll be back with another recommendation pretty soon. So take it easy, everybody.